Welcome back to Miss Max Academy. We're taking a look at our trigonometry functions handout. At the top it says trig functions, and we're specifically on question number 17. Again, the way we're going to approach each of these problems is we're going to start by identifying the given acute angle. Clearly here we see that 17 degrees is the given acute angle, and that is this opening right here between these two sides. So I'm going to circle that given acute angle. The reason I circle that angle is it clearly helps me identify the hypotenuse and the adjacent side. The hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle, and it's always the longest side of a right triangle. So we are going to label our hypotenuse. The adjacent side is always the other side that helps make that given acute angle. And then the third side is always referred to as the opposite side, the side opposite the given acute angle. Notice in this particular problem, the adjacent side is labeled as the variable x, the opposite side is labeled as 23 units, and there's no label on the hypotenuse. So we do not need the hypotenuse in this particular problem. We're just going to cross that off. We know we're going to use one of our trig functions to find a missing side of this right triangle. The acronym we use to remember our trig functions is SAW, CA, TOA. Our three trig functions are sine, cosine, and tangent. Well, which trig function uses opposite, O, over adjacent, A? Oh, that's the tangent function. So in this problem, we're going to say the tangent of 17 degrees is equal to the side opposite, which is 23 units long, over the side adjacent, which is given to us by the variable x. We're now going to take a minute and find the tangent of 17 degrees in our calculator. The tangent of 17 degrees is 0.3057. And we're going to put that number over 1. That's equal to 23 over x. We now have two equal fractions. One fraction here is equal to a second fraction here. Two equal fractions is called a proportion, and we solve a proportion by cross multiplying. So we're going to multiply 23 times 1 and 0.3057 times x. (23 times 1 is just 23. We have a variable equation. Our goal in this equation is to solve for the variable x. We have 0.3057 being multiplied by x, and the way we're going to eliminate that multiplication is by division. So we're going to divide both sides by 0.3057. On the left-hand side, 0.3057 goes into itself one time. I'm left with 1x equals, in our calculator, we're going to do 23 divided by 0.3057, and we get 75.2, approximately. And that 75.2 represents the length of the side adjacent to that 17-degree angle. So the length of this adjacent side is 75.2 units long. Tune in again for the next episode of Miss Max Academy.